Hey everyone, this is Two Likeable Guys. So glad you're with us today. We have a great, excellent episode, an eye-opening episode about COVID-19 and our sisters, our kids, our nieces going to school, and they're going to talk to us about going to school during the pandemic. We have three completely crazy perspectives. One is from a sixth grader that goes to Red Bank Middle. One is strictly homeschooled, and one is a junior, I believe, at Saudi Daisy High School. And three really competing perspectives, but they all join together in one fact. We're going to come to a conclusion after we listen to all these three perspectives, and we'll discuss that more after you hear their interviews. So let's start with that now. Who do we got up first? One of my favorite people in the world on the line with us. Let me introduce my lovely stepdaughter. Maddison, you are in grade what? You're in 12th grade?
I'm in 6th.
You're in 6th grade, that's right. You're not in 12th grade yet.
6th grade already?
Mm-hmm.
Man.
And what school do you attend?
I attend Red Bank Middle School.
Right. That's Josh, you attended Red Bank Middle, didn't you?
No.
You attended Red Bank Junior High?
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes, good old junior high. That's what you say, don't you?
Yes, it was much cooler than middle school. It's just for old folks, though.
Oh.
All right, so you're in 6th grade in the middle school.
Uh-huh.
Well, I got a few questions for you. What is COVID-19?
COVID-19 is slavery.
It's slavery?
Yes.
How did you, and can you explain that answer?
Yes. For one, I can't see anybody. Like, friends, no. Family that isn't, like, in my household, no. Can I at least go outside to, like, the store without wearing extra clothing? No.
Okay.
And also, you have to do extra stuff because of the COVID. You have to wear masks. You have to, like, stay apart from people.
Yeah.
And, like, there's certain things that you can't do. Like, you can't go near people. Like, it kind of sucks.
Okay. Well, I kind of agree. But how, slavery is, it's not the word I think I would have used. But that's your word. That's fine. I'm good with that. That's what you want to say.
I thought she was going to talk about y'all cracking the whip on her, making her do stuff at home.
Well, that's what I thought was going on too. That's where I thought that was going.
Yeah.
That's not what happened.
Okay. Thank you. We got a brief reprieve. Okay. So we're coming up on the anniversary of 2 weeks to flatten the curve. So that's kind of interesting. So that's what this can be celebrating.
Okay. I don't know what that means.
That's okay. That's all right. When all this started, the thought process was we're just going to shut down for 2 weeks to keep people from getting sick and overwhelming the hospitals.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're a year later, and
it's doing the same exact thing.
Yes.
And it's longer than 2 weeks.
Yes. So anyway, okay, when you're in full quarantine and you're going to school online, what is your typical day?
It's pretty much like I just wake up at like a minute before actual school starts because I don't have to get ready. I just turn on my computer and click on the Zoom and I turn my camera off even if I look like a lazy person.
Yes.
And I'll just sit in bed and lay down for the first half of class and listen to her talk about history.
Okay.
And then I'll do the work thing, you know, like whatever document or assignment we have online. Right. And then I will have 5 minutes in between each class to, like, ready myself for the next class.
Do you like it?
No.
Why don't you like it?
because I do not like not being able to socialize. Like, I need to talk to friends, or I'm just gonna, like, bottle up my emotions.
Right.
And I don't get to talk to people. The thing is, the reason I'm not good at real school very much is because there's people to talk to. And I just get distracted and I want to talk to them. But the reason I'm not good at homeschool is because there's no people to talk to and I have no way to socialize or get out my feelings or talk to people about last period or anything like that.
Okay. So, how long of a lunch break do you usually get?
It can be about 30 to 45 minutes.
Okay.
It depends. Like, online, I have, like, about an hour because everything added up together. But, like, at real school, we have, like, 30 minutes.
Right. Right.
Because we don't really have to. And it's longer than it would usually be. Usually it would be, like, 15 minutes, but we have to, like, go in the line really, really slowly because of the fact that it's, like, apart.
You've got a distance from the other children.
Uh-huh. And we also have, like, 4 to a table.
Is there,
like, 7 seats?
Is there anything you like about the online school?
No.
Nothing at all.
Except for the fact that I don't actually have to write. Like, I don't have to physically hold a pencil and write. I can just click the keys.
Okay. Okay.
But looking at a screen all day kind of gives me, like, a headache.
Yes, I understand that.
Because that's, like, all I do all day. I have to stare at people in a screen.
Right.
And it's just not fun.
So, as compared to in-class learning, do you feel like you learn more while you're in class, or what kind of percentage do you think you learn online from being in class? Like, what's the difference? Do you learn more when you're in class?
Yes, I definitely learn more when I'm in class because I can actually interact with the teacher and, like, explain things better. And I don't really have to worry about, like, people, like, coming through, because sometimes, like, that happens. Like, people at home exist, and that's just normal.
Yes.
And
Yes.
most of the kids that are in my grade, all of their parents are going to work at the time that they're doing school.
What are some of your distractions at the house?
A lot of the times it's just people talking in other rooms, people calling me to other rooms, stuff like that.
Yeah. Does there happen to be like an 18-month-old that wanders into your room and yells at you and plays with you and wants to play while you're at school?
Possibly, very much. It's a thing that happens sometimes.
Yeah, he's just trying to learn.
Yeah. He comes in and he'll start just picking up my computer and throwing it across the room, picking up this random sock on the floor and throwing it at me. He'll come up and he'll pinch my hand real hard, and my teacher's just like, Maddison, why are you not looking at the computer, huh?
Yeah,
Maddison.
so it's harder to focus.
Yeah.
When you're at home than okay. Well, we're making some progress.
I've got a question.
Go ahead.
How can they tell you're not looking at the computer if your camera is off?
Well, some classes it's very mandatory to turn your camera on, and some classes it's not.
Oh.
But my first class is not mandatory. And my second class is directive studies. It's what you would call study hall. If we don't have any extra work to do, we can just pretty much have free time on our computers. But in pretty much all of my other classes, I have to have my camera on, or they'll, like, take away points and stuff.
Is there a class that's hardest to do online?
That would probably be either social studies or English language arts.
Really?
Yes.
I'm
good at math. I like math.
I really thought you would say that band was hard to do online.
I didn't think we were talking about this subject. Yeah, it is very, very hard to do online. Okay.
Yeah, but that's one of your classes. You have band as a class, don't you?
I didn't know if we were talking about, like, basic subjects or something.
We're talking about just the whole school in general.
And he'll also talk, like, the band teacher. I'm not going to say his name because I'm not that person.
Yeah, well, we know where you go to school, and we know there's probably only one band teacher at that school. So, but remember, didn't your mom ever teach you if you don't have something nice to say, then don't say anything at all?
Okay, I don't have anything to say.
Okay. Well, I mean, in do you have any teachers that you really like via the online stuff? Is there any of them that have done this really well that you would hope that the other teachers could get some tips from? Is there any of them that have really done you right?
That would be Miss Phillips, because she is like my nicest teacher, and she doesn't really care if your camera's on. She would like prefer it, but she isn't like
It's not mandatory.
like she's not gonna like yell at you if you don't.
Okay.
Like all the other teachers, pretty much.
Do you think you're learning stuff in her class?
Yes.
Well, that's good.
She's one of my best grades. Science and math are my two best.
And what does she teach?
She teaches science.
Science. Okay. Yeah, and and her name was Ms. Phillips.
Yes.
So Ms. Phillips gets an A for online. And so what about in person? Is she still your favorite in person as well?
Yes.
Okay. So how about this? Is now we're getting back into going to school, not only online, but you're going to school in person now, I think full time, right?
Tomorrow, actually, since there is black ice on the roads, we are staying online.
Oh, well, that's news to me, but that's good news. Yeah, you'll be home.
Yep.
I've got another question.
Go ahead.
On the back to band, not talking about the teacher, but
right.
How does that work? Doing band
you pretty much can't do any assignments when you're in actual class, because all the microphone here, like we have like a website that we use, and it's like it tells you what assignments you have, and you can like pretty much record yourself, and it'll tell you if your notes are good or not. And he also goes over those, so you also have to kind of stress out about is your microphone settings correct and stuff, like your feedback and stuff like that.
Wow, I didn't realize it was so.
Because
you can't. Your computer won't let you do in class, and it makes sense. The program you're supposed to do to record your assignments.
And the program that I use, it like all it hears, like whenever I'm trying to record myself play during class, all it hears is the people talking in the call class, Zoom meeting.
So everybody would need to turn their microphones on mute, and that's not going to happen.
Yeah, and if I look away for more than 2 seconds, he'll just yell at me because I'm not looking directly at the screen.
Okay, we're learning stuff every second of this conversation.
I just wondered about that. I always thought it'd be kind of hard to actually hold band class online when it's hard for a group of four guys.
Very much so is.
Group of 4 guys to get together and play music online, much less how many kids are in band.
A lot
50?
Less students because of there being some online students and some are not. Like usually there's like a whole like band of like 6 or 7 people at least. But I have about 3 other people except for me in my class. So it's a very small class, so he has a lot more room to like criticize me.
Ah.
There's only 3 people in your band class?
Other than me, yeah.
So there's only 4 people in the band that is in your class?
That is very much so true.
What 4 instruments are y'all playing?
Okay, so we have in total technically 5 because one person is on a Zoom class, like while we're all in real school.
Okay.
So we have 2 trumpets, that is me and the online student. We have a clarinet, which is a boy named Ian, and we also have a saxophone.
Okay.
And then we also have a tuba. Not a tuba, a trombone. A trombone. That's what it's called.
A trombone, the one that they stretch out and play and.
Where you go back and forth and back and forth.
Yes. That's nice. Are there any other band members?
I just can't believe there's no drummers in the group.
Yeah.
Oh, there is actually. But he doesn't talk much. His name is John. And he plays like the xylophone and like the bells, I don't know. Like percussion. He's percussion people.
Right.
There you go.
Right.
He plays the things that you hit.
Yep.
So I've got a question now. We're talking about band. When you go back to school, do you still have to do the online to get the notes right? Do you still have to do the program via?
Yes. You can also do it in front of him, like just show him, but you always have to look at the screen to find out your notes. We don't have like books really. Like there is books, but it's not really what we use.
There is books.
Like there is books, but we don't use books.
Well, I hope there are books too.
It just seems like that makes it a lot easier for that teacher if he's just letting the computer do it.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, he also doesn't trust the computer, so he has to go back over it anyway, and then he'll yell at me about what I'm doing correctly and not correctly, and
he doesn't
make me do it again.
In his defense, I don't think he's actually yelling at you. I think he's speaking firmly with you.
He is a very firm speaker.
Authoritatively.
Yes.
Authoritatively.
Very authoritatively.
He's very firm.
Yeah. I understand. I think he's probably like the rest of us, just trying to manage. He probably never signed up for online learning for everybody, and it's just all new to him, and it's new to you, and I know you don't really enjoy it that much. So are you ready to get back to?
Yes, very, very much so, yes.
So, are you worried now that you will no longer have snow days because you can just do them online?
I'm very worried about that because they're going to be like, oh, it's kind of like tomorrow. The roads are going to be icy, so they're not doing real school. It's like, you don't get a day off. What do you mean? You have a computer.
Yes.
You can unless the power goes out, they're not going to let me have a day off or anything because of the weather.
If they could change anything about the online learning to in-school learning, if you could change anything about it, and still learn, what would you change?
I would change the fact that, like, there was Zooms because, like, what's the point of one teacher, I'm not going to speak of them, but I'm being a normal person. I'm not telling you what class or anything.
Okay.
She says, you need to turn on your camera because in normal school we would turn on our camera. And, like, I don't understand. That's just more of a distraction for other people. Why do you need to see my face to know that I'm doing school? And we're, like, mostly on, like, a live thing, and it, like, shows her what we're doing at exactly the time we're doing it. So she can look at our screens or anything at any time. So she could see if we're doing our work. She just says it's normal if we turn our cameras on.
Yeah.
But this isn't normal school.
No, it's not.
She may just want to see all of her students' pretty little faces.
But my face is not pretty at that time of day if I don't have to get ready for real school.
There must not be a boyfriend in that class.
No, there must not be.
There must not be a little boyfriend in that class, huh, Maddie?
We don't switch. What are you laughing about? What are you laughing about?
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all, really?
No.
Really? Okay. So it's not like I believe it would have been if it wasn't like COVID time right now. We don't switch like the people that we're in. We always have the same people in every class. except for maybe related arts sometimes.
Oh, so you all have the same class. You're all the same kids are going to all the same classes.
Like, we're all going to different classes, but we're traveling together.
Well, that makes sense. All right, Maddie. Well, this has been extremely informative and fun.
I know.
Do you have anything you want to add? Do you have anybody you want to say hi to? Anything?
Hello, the people that are watching this. Or listening. I don't know. Podcast.
Yeah. Well, they usually listen. We're not, we don't show our pretty faces too much.
We like to keep our cameras off.
My teachers would be raging.
Yes, raging.
Raging. There you go.
Yeah.
They would be like, they're like having their own little miniature heart attack at the moment.
Yes. Yes. Well, I'll be glad when the in-person learning can continue full time and you can actually learn better.
I would be too.
More
and
enthusiastically.
Like you to have fun with your next person that you're speaking to.
All right, Maddie. Well, I appreciate your time, and I know you probably got lots of homework to go do.
Yes, I do.
Well, I got one more question for you, Maddie.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any hobbies or anything you want to share? What do you like to do in your spare time?
I like cosplaying. It's pretty much where you like dress up as characters. It doesn't have to be anime. It can be like anything. Right. And I also like drawing, like on my computer screen. Since I have like a touch screen computer, it's pretty much like a tablet, but it has a keyboard.
Right. Okay.
What's your favorite character to dress up as?
That would be Ochako Uraraka from My Hero Academia.
Bless you.
Gesundheit.
I'm assuming that's anime?
Yes.
And anime is Japan animation, correct?
It's Japanese animation, pretty much. It's like the style of drawing and stuff.
Right.
I do know that. That's Speed Racer, right?
Pokemon Go. I don't know. Whatever you want to
Go.
think of Dragon Ball Z.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Speed Racer was a little old reference.
A little before her time.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah. You need to check out Speed Racer.
I will look it up.
Good deal. Well, thank you for your time, and we appreciate it, and you did great. And I think we learned maybe more than we needed to know. But it was good.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Maddie.
Have a good day.
You too.
You too.
Bye-bye.
And bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, are you there now?
Yes.
Okay. Tell Maddie to get out of the room and leave you alone.
Get out of the room, Maddie. Okay.
Tell her not to just say okay and not actually go out of the room. Tell her to actually leave the room.
I was going to say, she didn't even stomp like she left the room or nothing.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, bye.
Hey, guys, we're going to continue our conversation about school and COVID and dealing with it and how the kids are managing their lives right now. So on the line, we have a lovely young lady, which is my niece. And niece, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, I am Rayne. I am much prettier than Maddy, and pretty much all you need to know.
Yeah, you and Maddy are more like sisters than you are cousins, correct?
Yes, but I'm just the prettier one.
Yeah, that's something a sister would say, I believe. So, Rayne, you are in what grade?
7th.
You're in 7th grade.
Yes.
And you are currently, where are you going to school currently?
I don't think it's actually a school.
You're not going to school?
No, because I am homeschooled.
You're not being homeschooled?
No, I am being homeschooled. It's just I don't have teachers or a school.
You don't have teachers at all?
No.
I didn't even know that was the way homeschool worked.
Just people, I guess, that work at a building, just like record videos or something. I don't know who they are because I've never met them.
Okay.
Do not know how to explain it.
But you went to school last year when the COVID hit. You were going to school and you got moved to online school.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Where did you go to school at?
Loftus.
And did you like it there?
Yes.
All right. Well, I've got just a few little questions to ask you about your school and stuff. It's nothing pressing, nothing hard. It's all pretty easy stuff.
Yeah.
To you, what is COVID-19?
A pile of craps.
Okay. And why do you say that? Why does it make it a pile of craps to you?
Just because I have to wear a mask everywhere. It's very hard to breathe.
Yes, and you don't like wearing masks.
No.
Okay. You know they recommend wearing more than one mask now.
I say that is bullcraps.
Okay. I tend to agree with you, but anyway. So, what's your typical school day like when you're doing homeschool? Do you do it at certain times of the day usually?
Yes. I'm supposed to wake up at like 9 and then start school at 10 and then
Okay.
I just do whatever subject I want.
You can do whatever you want?
I have 3 subjects right now.
Okay.
So I said I just do whatever subject I want for that day. And
What are your 3 subjects?
English, math, and science.
Which is your best subject?
English.
Which is your worst subject?
Math, because I hate algebra.
Okay.
So I just gave up.
Let's see.
Why put numbers and letters together?
Yeah.
They don't belong. They don't belong together.
They do not.
Well, do you like doing your school online?
Yeah, because I don't have to go around a bunch of people my age and deal with how annoying they are.
How are people annoying around your age? What do you mean?
I don't exactly know how to explain it. I just think all people are annoying.
Oh. So are you a little antisocial? You don't like to hang out with groups of people?
Sounds like Jennifer.
Not usually.
Well, what'd you say, Josh?
Sounds like Jennifer.
Yes.
She just hates everybody.
People get along like that just fine, so there's nothing wrong with that. But you don't miss meeting new people and getting to do new things?
I miss
with your school?
Not exactly.
Okay.
I just miss old friends, which took me a while to become friends with.
And so now you don't see your friends at all being homeschooled.
Yeah.
But you're okay with that?
Yeah.
You want to be homeschooled.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's fair enough. I want to know a little bit more about how your homeschool works. So do you watch a video of a teacher explaining a particular topic and then do, I'm guessing, study questions or little quizzes on it?
Well, the thing is about like the website that I do homeschooling on, I have at least about 10 quizzes each week.
Okay.
And then, I basically just watch a bunch of videos of them explaining something, and then I'll have a question after that with what I watched.
What if you fail the quizzes?
Then I watch another video and then I try the question again.
Okay. And if you pass it, you just get to move on to the next.
Yes.
Okay.
And then the person that runs all of my schoolwork, technically like a teacher, but right. I don't have to talk to her.
Right.
She can see every single thing that I do on my schoolwork, so I can't cheat.
Okay. So there is some oversight with what you're doing. There's somebody that's taking control of the way you're going to school.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Okay. But it's up to you to be self-motivated to do the work.
I guess.
Okay. So do you don't miss people at the school?
People, but not a lot.
Well, that's just kind of, it's blowing my mind. I loved school. I love seeing people. I love meeting people and getting to see my friends.
Well, all the schools that I've gone to, I'm sorry, no offense, but it's always the guys. Like, boys or something that are super annoying.
Really?
Yes.
Well, so I'm guessing you don't have a boyfriend.
No.
Okay. So if there are any single 7th graders, they need to hit you up, right? If they're not annoying.
No.
Okay.
Did we just turn into the dating game?
Yes. We're looking for not annoying, cute 7th grade boys.
Who says I'm
Matchmakers International.
Yes. No. So I'm kind of at a loss. It's kind of without you going to school.
It kind of doesn't work, does it?
What's different, Rayne? What's different to you from going to school regularly and online school? What's different about it? I mean, besides just the fact of going, are you learning? Do you feel like you're learning as much as you would if you were at school?
Well, I'm learning a little more online than I would at school because I'm not distracted by my friends because my dumb teachers decide to usually always decide to put me right next to my friends.
Okay. Yeah, usually that's what the kids want.
So we're going to blame the teachers now.
Yeah.
Of course.
Making me fail school.
Have you ever taken a band class?
I have.
Oh, what instrument?
The clarinet.
Do you still do that?
I wish.
Do they not have a homeschooling thing for the clarinet?
They do not. But I have the option to go to a school next year.
Okay.
But it's like a building that kind of connects to the homeschooling website, which I would only go there once a week. So.
Okay. And would music be offered there? Would you be able to?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
But there's a bunch of other stuff, so.
Well, do you know what kind of other stuff is there?
Well, the person that's in charge of my schools reserved a spot for me to do yearbook. So
Okay.
I'm the one that takes the pictures and stuff. I don't know.
Well, that's neat. So the homeschool people have a yearbook.
Yes.
Well, isn't that something I didn't know?
I know. I just found out too.
Well, that's kind of neat. So
Yeah.
are you going to have to? So I'm guessing they will take pictures when they come to the building that's associated with your homeschooling?
Yeah. The whole thing is very confusing
It is.
because the person in charge, she was like, "Oh, by the way, there's no actual school," and then a month later, she's like, "By the way, next year you're going to a school, but you're still homeschooled."
Okay. So, but I find it real interesting that you feel like you're learning more doing homeschool than you did going to school.
I'm not distracted by my friends.
Right.
Because I just do my school, without any distractions, I guess.
Right.
I don't have any distractions around me, so.
Okay. So how is, other than having to wear masks everywhere, how is COVID-19 treating you? How do you like it in other ways? I mean, does it still bother you with what's going on?
I have a reason to stay inside for no reason. I mean,
Okay.
that doesn't make any sense.
Right. You have no reason to stay inside.
Yeah, I can stay inside. I don't have to go everywhere or something. I don't know.
Okay. So you don't like to go outside and play and go to playgrounds and...
Oh, no, I do. It's just...
All right. Well, is there anything you want to add? Is there anything that you want to add about school or the COVID-19 or anything that's been going on with you lately, or anybody you want to say hi to?
Whoever created TikTok.
They need to be shot?
No, I was gonna say they need to be they need to be awarded about $5 million. So Stephen, can you do that, please?
Yeah, I'll just go into my $5 million bank and just start handing it out.
Yes. Can you get me some too?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Rayne. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
You did a great job. I hope you do well. And I guess the one sad thing is your school is never canceled because of weather.
Oh yeah.
You never get snow days.
Don't worry. Person in charge of my school, I have her phone number. And just text her.
Oh, so if it rains or if it snows, if
I
it
can
snows,
just say, "Oh no, I has no internet. I can't
ah,
do no school."
okay.
Wait, but
Until she listens to this podcast and then she finds out what you're doing.
Oh.
True. Yeah.
I doubt she'll listen.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Rayne. We appreciate you very much. I hope you have a good rest of your evening, and I will see you guys in a little while.
Just one more thing. I'm still prettier than Maddy.
Okay. That's great. We'll take note of that for sure. Thank you and good night.
Good night.
We have another awesome guest to talk to about life with going to school in the pandemic. We have the lovely Anna on the line. Hi, Anna.
Hello.
How are you today?
I am great.
All right. Where do you go to school?
Saudi Daisy High School.
Oh, all right. And what grade are you in?
I am a junior.
A junior at Saudi Daisy High School. Well, that's great. Well, my first question is, what is COVID-19 to you?
Oh gosh. It's to me it is like a virus that has probably taken away so many great aspects of life, honestly. And
Very, very good answer. Well, how has it affected you going to school?
the biggest thing is it has probably affected my mental health.
How?
So here with school, I do online school because it's just for the safety of my family. I basically just for safety can't really be around friends or anything like that. And it for me and for a lot of students and people have taken a big toll on their mental health, and that is one of the biggest things that people do not realize that has been a big effect about this pandemic and the virus.
Wow, that's some very deep thoughts. Do you do you still go? Do you do your classes via Zoom?
Yeah,
Or
it's all on Zoom.
all on Zoom? Okay, but you still
Yeah,
have
she doesn't go back and forth like the kids do.
okay.
She's at home
You're strictly
the whole
home,
time.
but you're still going to Saudi Daisy High School via online.
Yeah.
You're not
virtual learning, right? Is that what they call it? Virtual school?
okay.
Yeah. So the way it is, the teachers teach in the classroom with everyone that is like still going in school, but they basically just Zoom us on a laptop and they will like screen share what all they're doing on the computer. And whatever they're doing, they will like project it on a whiteboard in the classroom.
Okay. So what's the worst thing about homeschooling, like going to virtual schooling for you?
I it's a big disconnect, if anything. Like the with my classes, it feels like my teachers at least don't try to connect with me, or they don't try to include me. And I understand teachers were not trained at all to teach in a pandemic. You know, they were
Right.
trained to teach in a classroom. But
Right.
like at this point, it just feels like they hand us work, and it's like, here, figure this out yourself. And
Okay.
it just, I don't know. It's just the big disconnect and feeling like I'm not a student. It's more like a job or a chore.
Okay. How much do you feel like you're learning as compared to being in the classroom without a pandemic?
I don't feel like I'm learning much at all. It's just more of a stress, if anything. I'm just kind of sitting there and I'm hearing everything, but I'm not listening.
Right. I understand that. You just kind of zone out. It's whenever I haven't done Zoom meetings, but I've done conference meetings like that, and it gets to a point where you stop paying attention, and you're like you got to kind of get drugged back into the conversation to be even included. So
Hmm.
I imagine it's hard though for the teachers too, having students in the class that are, being all silly and crazy and being students, and then trying to also include everybody online with the class. I mean, I guess there's no real easy answer, and there's no
Oh
real
yeah.
good way for this to go on. But
Hmm.
has any of your teachers done it better than the others? Is there anybody that you really enjoy and they really try to make you a part of it? Is there any glimmer of hope out there for any of the teachers?
I don't think there has been any teacher that has like like I'm trying to put in the best way of words. Like, I don't think there's been a teacher that has been able to strictly put both in person and online students together. I mean, overall, all teachers have been able to put in person and online students in like breakout rooms, been able to have them talk to each other, or have done like online games with each other or online apps to where they can like communicate. But overall, you can't really do much, especially with how they kind of limit your sources in the school.
Right.
And I mean, it's kind of understanding. I mean, they do have games, and I know this is kind of a classic, but like Kahoot or like quizzes, like games like that are fun, and a lot of teachers are able to do that. But overall, there's not really a possible way to do that, I don't believe, because not many teachers have been able to do that.
And what was the name of what did you say the quiz or the game was?
There's an app they will do like the game Kahoot or like a game called Quizzes. It's basically just like
Okay.
quizzing children
Okay.
on a live game.
Ah.
We're old.
Yeah,
We're not hip
that
on all
I
that
had no
stuff.
idea. Said Kahoot. I thought she might have sneezed. I didn't know what that
Oh,
was.
you ready to say bless you?
Yes, I was ready, or Gesundheit, whichever you prefer.
There you go. There you go.
If you could change something about that without, I mean, pandemic's still going on. Is there something that you could change? You would recommend changing for the online learning? Is there anything you can think of that would help?
I would, if I could change anything personally, I would change the option of Zoom calls. Like, I would change it to where Zoom calls could just be optional. Because back whenever COVID started to, erupt back in March, whenever Zoom started to become a thing, all of our calls and everything were just optional. We were given work, for the week, and we were just able to do it on our own time, and that was the best way I was able to work. And I think that was like the best way people were able to work, instead of being able to force to go on a computer at like 7 in the morning
Right.
until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I mean, I get severe migraines just from sitting behind this computer for hours on end. Like, if I were just able to do everything on my own time, I feel like I would succeed much better as a student.
Okay. How are your grades? If they stayed steady, if they dropped to, I'm I'm, I'm assuming they haven't gone up.
It
Like,
on a real note, they have probably dropped
okay.
much lower. I used to be like at least an honor roll student, but now it's like C's and D's. Like, it's not good. And Josh, don't tell my parents, but like, listen, I try to keep my grades up, but it's just like I have no motivation anymore. It's just like, it feels like the teachers have like the mindset of like, oh, you have so much free time since you're home, just do this work, you know.
Right.
And it's like, I don't have all this free time. Like, I'm stressing, I'm at home, I have more important things to do. I don't want to be stuck here doing all this schoolwork that just feels like busy work at this point.
Right. That makes a lot of sense. That is very well spoken, and I'm really shocked that you're so well spoken, being related to Josh.
That's what I was waiting for it. I knew that's where it was going.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. I love Josh to death.
Oh no, she's a lot smarter than I am, man. She's got it going on.
Yeah, your family has a lot going on. You got a young lady with her head on straight that's really trying and doing well. And man, it is great to hear. That was some very honest and open answers, and I really appreciate you talking to us.
Like,
well, now we're not done yet. Now we gotta talk about band.
Oh, are you in band?
Yeah, I'm in the marching band over at Saudi.
Oh, how is band? How are you doing band via online learning? How does that work?
It's honestly quite interesting. And my band director, the way he doesn't really call it band. Um, for me personally, I just kind of call it as like leaded practice, because it's like we're being assigned a piece and then he's showing us how to do it. And
Okay.
that's how we basically practice it. And so they changed the schedule over at Saudi this year, and in my class we only have a percussion class, and only two percussionists are at home students. Everyone else goes in school, so everyone gets to go there and actually play the piece. So it's just kind of like sitting there watching everyone perform this piece and just sitting behind the computer and just trying to hack along with them.
What is your instrument? I'm assuming your percussion.
I mainly play piano,
Okay.
but we're practicing like snare pieces and stuff.
Oh, well, maybe you could get some tips from Josh,
Oh, she tried that. I couldn't help her.
or maybe you can give some tips to Josh.
Maybe she can make me better.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm a piano player. I don't know how well I could do with that.
Well, how would you? I've got an interesting question to ask you. Um, Imagine you were just learning your instrument in, say, middle school. Um, how easy or hard do you think it would be to do online learning for your instrument?
Very
And
hard.
it would be almost virtually impossible.
Yes, very impossible because okay, learning like snare right now, just trying to like get down rudiments, learning, sticking everything. It's very impossible because I can't have like, a higher level person of knowledge like able to fix my hand adjustments, being able to like show me in person how to do this. You
Right.
know, and you have these younger students which are like, 6th or 7th grade learning how to like either play like flute, saxophone, even in percussion, like learning how to play timpani or whatever. Like they're learning how to play these notes or whatever, and they can't fix their smallest mistakes over a Zoom call because you can't have all of them unmute and play at the same time. It'll sound like a mess.
Right. Yes,
So
I have a stepdaughter that's in 6th grade, and she's playing trumpet, and this is her first year in trying to play trumpet, and she is having a miserable time trying to learn. So I wanted to get your input and kind of your information from a experienced band person to that. Is there any advice you would give her? Just out of the blue, is there anything you would tell her to try to motivate her to do better? Anything you could, I mean, any small word of advice?
just keep practicing. If anything, find a trumpet player you could look up to. Watch YouTube videos, if anything. Like, honestly, YouTube tutorials can be the light of your life. Like, I don't know. YouTube tutorials tend to be a really like easy pathway whenever it comes to learning new music because it will give you like step by step easy exercises. It can tend to be an easy help and making sure to learn your music theory also. That's a big thing whenever it comes to learning new music.
Excellent. Very well said. Well, that's awesome. Josh, do you have anything to add to that? I don't know, but I mean that's like a mic
No, I think
drop.
yeah, she's got it covered.
Yeah.
I don't. You don't need nothing. You don't need nothing from the peanut gallery.
Yeah. Well, Anna, that was incredible. You did a fantastic job. We really appreciate you taking out time with us and explaining. I think you get a gold star for that. And if I was your teacher, I would give you an A.
Well, thank you.
You're very welcome. I hope you have a great evening. And thank you, Anna, for your time. That was beautiful.
Sure.
You did a great job.
Yep.
Thank you.
Appreciate you letting me call you on the fly and just put you on the spot like I did.
Yeah, good stuff.
I'm probably free unless it's 7:15 to 2:15. I'll be struggling during school. So
Just take a deep breath and just do the best you can, and that's all you can do.
Yep.
Don't let it speech. They say like, what is it? I think they say 80 to 90% of stuff you worry about never comes to be a problem or never even happens. So just take deep breaths and zone out when you have to.
mhm.
Yeah, all right. You're doing good. You're making it. So I'll be over soon.
That's right. That's right.
Please.
It was supposed to happen Election Day. It was supposed to be over.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen.
Yeah. Well, at least we're coming up on the 2 weeks to flatten the curve anniversary.
Yeah. Or 52 weeks.
Yeah.
52 weeks to
52
flatten the
weeks to
curve.
flatten the curve anniversary.
I got you.
Great stuff.
All right. Well, we're going to hop off here.
All right. Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you very much, kiddo.
Thanks, Anna.
All right. Love you both. Have a good
Night.
night.
Love you
Love
too.
you. Bye.
Bye.
Wow, that is some amazing stuff. Really loved Anna's intellectual perspective. Such an amazing talk from such a young lady. That was great. Really enjoyed all the kids. Maddie and her love-hate relationship with the band teacher. Rayne and her school and not going to school, which I really don't understand that. And then Anna just tops the list. She was great. All three were amazing. Thank you guys so much. The conclusion is our kids aren't learning as much, in my opinion. And I don't know that there's any way really to fix that without the help of a vaccine, the disease going away, COVID-19 disappearing off the face of the earth. And I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. So we've got some work to do. But we did notice that we do have some really good teachers that are trying their best. I know some of the kids weren't really happy with some of the teachers, but I understand to an extent that the teachers are having a rough time with learning and doing this new way of teaching. And I think Anna said it best, is that there wasn't any training, via online for online only learning. And it's all new and we're all just trying to get along. So I appreciate all the teachers and all their hard work. They're doing great. And a big shout out to Miss Phillips. Evidently, she's doing a really, really good job there at Red Bank Middle. And we really appreciate her and all of Maddie's teachers. I believe you're doing a good job. You're making her question and making her learn. And so that works out really good for me. Josh, you have anything you want to add?
I mean, I think you pretty much summed everything up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard on everybody. Hard on the kids, hard on the teachers, the administrators. The hard on the parents.
I can't. It is. It's hard on everybody. I can't even imagine how the administrators are dealing with this and stuff. And maybe in the future we'll get some of their perspectives, and maybe we'll try to get Miss Phillips on here to talk about what she's doing right and how she's relating to our students so well.
We'll have her hold a workshop.
Well, we can just have her
teach all the other teachers how to do it.
Evidently, if that's what it takes, I'm all for it. I'll help that.
No doubt.
Sounds great. But man, if you get time, check us out. We are Two Likeable Guys. You can find us at TwoLikeableGuys.com. You can find us on Instagram, on Facebook. We really want to connect with you, so send us a message, leave us a comment, jump up and down for us, clap your hands, shout hooray. One thing I want to add, we like you, and we hope you like us too.
Later.